up, y'all? I'm checking the request list, and it looks like you all want a hidden kitchen. And I know that many of you wanted a white kitchen, but this is what happened. I went out in search of textures and things that we could use for our printables, and in the store, everything had like a yellow hue. So when I went home, I changed it to like a cooler color, but now everything's got like a slight shade of blue. But I think when everything is built, it still might kind of look white. If you do want an all-white kitchen, we do have the printables from our apartment series available. And this video is also great for dolls who live in compact living spaces. And we have plans to show more ways that the apartments can be decorated. But today, we are making our hidden kitchen using these printables. And we have two options here. You can go 2D or 3D. If you're going 2D, you only need 2 pages, a refrigerator, and a sink and stove. There are 2 different options for the tile in the kitchen, then print out the one you want. Don't forget the fridge. Cut them out, glue them onto poster board, foam board, or cardboard. I glued it onto one of our doll stands so it can be an instant backdrop. With the doll in the shot, I think we need a little more height. So we can continue with more tile, or you can use the small cabinets. Now I just added these to our refrigerator printable, so that will be available as well. Cut it out, glue it on top for an instant 2D kitchen. Perfect for taking photos. Okay, but what if you want it to be 3D? We need a printable for the microwave. It includes the template, and there's a scale because you want to make sure this is 1 inch. This also comes in handy if you wish to print it for a smaller doll. The stove is 2 printables. The refrigerator takes 3, and it also includes 2 shelves and granite countertops. And the cabinet requires 3 as well. And we have 2 tile options. But first, we need to build our hidden doll room. I'm using foam board that measures 20 inches by 30 inches. I cut 7 inches from the top, giving us a 13 by 30 inch board and a 7 inch by 30 inch board. We're going to use the 7 inch board to build the cabinets and stuff like that. The 13 by 30 inch board is going to be our walls. I cut 1 inch off of the side, then measure over 11 inches, score on the line, being careful not to cut all the way through. So when we bend it, it snaps and we can stand it up to make a room. Repeat on the other side so we have a trifold. All right, so now I'm just going to straighten out one of the sides, measure the floor. For me, that is 18 by 11 inches. I cut a piece of foam board to those measurements. On the back of the floor, let's score another line at 6.5 inches so it can bend. Then I flip it over, cover with paper. I'm using the same wood grain that we've used in several of our hidden doll rooms to complete our floor. On the wall that opens, I cut out 3 large windows. Each one is a 1/2 inch apart, and they're 3 by 9 inches, 1 inch from the top, and about 3 inches at the bottom. Take the cutouts. I took one and cut it into 1/4 inch strips. Then I took the 1 inch strip that we cut from the side earlier. I cut it in half to get 2 1/2 inch strips. I tape clear plastic from packaging onto the back of the cutouts. I just taped 1 large piece. However, if you don't have a piece that's large enough, you may have to just piece them together. Now we can flip it back over to the other side and begin framing the windows with the 1/4 inch pieces. I put them on the outside edges of the farthest 2 windows, then right down the middle of the center ones. I put a 1/4 inch piece across the top and a 1/2 inch piece across the bottom. Then add a strip right across the center, creating a large kitchen window. Glue the floor into the room along the 6.5 and 11-inch side to make our hidden doll room, where the floor can be folded up and the sidewall closed for easy storage. Now let's get started on those printables. Here are the 3 printables for the refrigerator. Cut out the templates. There are 4 pieces, 2 sides, a front, and a top. Glue them onto leftover foam board, like that 7-inch strip we cut earlier. While waiting for it to dry, cut out the printable covers. You should end up with 2 pieces. Cut out the templates on the foam board. I made these templates assuming that the foam board is 1/4 inch thick. However, if your foam board has a varying thickness, it might be a little off. Let's go ahead and glue on the sides right onto the edge of the front template. Glue on the top, then the other side. Yeah, I have a little bit of space in there, but for the most part, I think it'll be okay. I used this silver colored printable to cover the top. I went over the edges just a little, fold over the sides on the printable, then glue it on top to make the refrigerator. And eventually we will glue that right into the room. But first, let's make the cabinet with a sink. We have all 3 pages here. If you want granite countertops, then you will need the granite printable from the refrigerator. However, I think I'm gonna go with white countertops. First, I cut out the templates. We have one for the front, the sides, and then the counter with the sink. Then we have a faux cabinet door that will go on the front and a faux drawer. Glue them onto foam board or cardboard, cut them out. Glue the sides onto the front panel to make part of a box. We have paper to cover the sides and one for the front, but you only need to cover the sides if that side is going to be exposed. Mine is going to be between the refrigerator and the stove, so I can skip that step. And just cover the front. Then cover the door and the faux drawer. After covering the door, I want a tiny bit more dimension, so I printed another printable, glued it onto poster board, then cut out the center and glue it on top to give us a little lift. Glue the door and the drawer onto the box. All right, now we just need to make the counter. I cut out the sink. We're gonna hang on to that. Cut foam board or cardboard or poster board into 1-inch strips. Cover the counter with paper. I went with white paper, but you can also go with granite, marble. We have white and a dark colored marble available on our blog. I cover it with tape to give it a little shine. When I place it on top of the cabinet, I can see how much space I have on the inside. And the front of my sink opening lines right up with the front of the cabinet. So I'm just going to cover this with a little bit of white paper. Then I glue on the counter, frame the remaining sides of the opening with the cut foam board strips, then glue the cutout from the sink into the bottom to make a sink. Use wire to make a faucet and a handle. I'm using 12 gauge aluminum wire. I'm cutting a small piece of bling ribbon to glue onto the end. Make a hole at the back of the counter. Add a little glue in the back to make our cabinet with a sink. Looks like the stove is next. And I just realized I forgot to put the back of the stove on. No worries, we can fix that right quick, and I'm adding it to the printable as well. I put 12:10 on the clock because that's when we started our YouTube channel, December of 2010. The stove has 2 printables, the template and the cover. Cut out the templates, glue it onto foam board, cut them out. We have the front panel, 2 sides, the top, and a back. Glue the sides onto the back of the front. Glue on the top, so we have a box and a small piece. Cut out the covers, Fold on the lines, make cuts on the sides so we can glue it onto the box, cover the back panel, glue it on top to make the stove. The microwave is just one page. Construction is pretty much the same, where we cut out the templates, glue them onto foam board, cut them out and glue them together to make a box, flip it over, glue on the cover for a quick microwave. Now we just have to decide on a tile. This is the subway tile, and it's just a little too blue for me. And here is that mosaic pattern, which I think will add a little more interest to the photos. I am probably going to regret this later, but I'm gonna go with this tile. Or I could just go with a scrapbook paper. Kind of thinking the hues are off though. Ooh, that's different. Very industrial. Here I went back to old reliable, my usual subway tile, only I changed the grout to a blue hue. We could go with a bluish marble. I kind of like that. Here's the marble in gray. Too much. This is a grayish blue here, our regular subway tile without the blue grout. I keep coming back to it. White brick. Exposed brick for something completely different. White distressed brick. Now that might work. Here's another distressed wall. It has warmer colors. I don't know if I like it with that light blue cabinet. That might be the better option. Subway tile. Concrete. I took our concrete printable, lightened it a little bit, and it works. It seems to have all of the colors, and it just brings everything together. Glue it onto the wall, glue the appliances in place. I cut a 1-inch strip of foam board, cut it to the length of all of the appliances. I covered it with white paper to clean up the edges, glue it going right across the top. I used our shelf template to cut another piece, covered it with paper, then I glue it above the sink to give us a little storage in the room. I have one window cut out left, and we're going to use this to make a table/island. I cut it to 6 inches, cover it with paper, then I cover it with tape to make it shiny. I cut square wooden dowels to 5 inches, glue them underneath, connect them with skinny sticks or coffee stirrers. For a little extra support, let's add another one to the bottom on the sides to make a kitchen table that can be used as an island. On a piece of paperboard, I sketched out what looks like a large piece of candy corn. Then I traced it onto cardstock, cut it out, cut several, using a glue stick, glue 2 together, bend the bottom slightly while the glue is still wet, then glue more onto the back until you get to the desired thickness. Paint toothpicks black, cut wooden dowels into 3-inch pieces so we can make a chair similar to the one from our Barbie style video. First thing we do is glue the wooden dowels underneath the seat. I like to have them going out to the sides just a little. Take the toothpicks and cut them so they go from one leg to the top of another. I'm using tacky glue to glue it in place, just so we have a little bit more time for positioning. I have 2 coming off of each leg, and I'm just kind of crossing them and positioning them to the best of my abilities. It's not perfect, but it'll still look great. Once everything has been glued together, allow it to dry so the dolls can pull up a chair and have a bite to eat. I made 2 so we could place them side by side and have seating for 2. And as you can see, they're still drying. While waiting, we can add a few accessories to the shelving, like potted plants and dishes. I 3D printed a vase and added a flower from Dolls Flowers Etsy shop. I think this wall right here could use a little art. I put a couple of drops of paint onto a small piece of poster board, then just kind of smush it around. Going for that abstract look, y'all. Add a coffee stir frame, then place it in the kitchen for a little extra color. Add a plant for a dash of green, and you're done. Happy crafting! I love the large windows. They're gonna let in a lot of light, which will make great photos. And the best part is, it's easy to store. You can go 2D or 3D with this project and get creative. Thank you for joining us while we made our hidden doll room kitchen that folds up for easy storage. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time. Bye!